brave amigos are we.
Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, and you know what that music means. It's time to turn off the radio. No. It's the 3 a.m. Ego portion of this program. That's when we have a little bit of fun. You know, it's in the tradition of both Oliver and in the tradition of, what is it, from Pink Floyd, right? Pink Floyd album, where how can you have any pudding until you eat your meat?
You can't have your pudding until you eat. No, you can't. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. How can you have any pudding if you haven't eaten your meat?
If you don't eat your meat, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you've had your meat. Now it's time for pudding.
Putting
up with the sound.
Wait for it.
I didn't know the Bee Gees actually were the 3 a.m. Egos. That's amazing to me. But
you better believe it.
So we got, of course, me, yours truly. You know, and at least I'm not referring to myself in the third person, although I am introducing me first. And you got Sigmund Kramer. Thank God, the one and only.
Yes.
Producer.
Hi there.
And then Dan Shedd, who we're still really trying to figure out why the heck he keeps showing up here every morning.
Dan Shedd.
And Dan Shedd, how are you, Dan? Dan brings this segment. Dan is the researcher. He's the brains behind it. If it's funny, congratulate me. If it's not, blame him. Dan Shedd, welcome.
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
You were doing better before you got here, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that. Okay. What do you got for us today, mister?
Well, in Portugal, they are experimenting with a new traffic light that will try to promote safety of pedestrians from crossing the street, before they're supposed to. And the company who created the smart car has designed a dancing traffic light.
Dancing traffic light.
Yeah. So the traffic light dances?
Yes.
Wait a second. Wouldn't that get in the way of people trying to cross the street? Couldn't it fall into the middle of the road and get hit by a car? Wouldn't that be ironic?
Or worse, hit a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, what continent is Portugal on?
Man, you put me on the spot again.
Man, I'm just trying to figure out how little they're teaching in our universities today.
South America, correct?
Oh.
No.
No, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not awake yet.
Those guys speak Spanish, so obviously it's got to be South America, right? Yeah, it's right next to Spain. Where's Spain? What continent is it on?
It's its own continent.
It's own.
Spain.
Spain is its own continent.
Yes.
Breaking news here on The Price of Business.
Well,
man, you guys.
Have you ever heard of Europe?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have heard of Europe. Thanks, guys, for making me feel.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I just want to know. I want to know where a guy who is a college educated, has a degree. Although, hey, will you check into that for sure, Sigmund?
Who's the Speaker of the House?
Oh, they'll do that. You're now really being sadistic. I mean, that's like beyond the realm because that changes, right? That can change.
It hasn't in a long time.
How long has Spain been
its own continent?
Yeah, how long has Spain been a part of Europe?
At least 50 years.
Yeah, whereas John Boehner has been Speaker of the House since 2011.
Too long.
Yeah, way too long. That's what. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm encouraging Dan to do his homework on any story he brings, and now I've raised it to a new level. I thought about it after we did the Colombia nudist bicyclist story. The listener's going, what? Okay, it was nudist outfits. Those are weird-looking uniforms. I rechecked those.
Yeah, was it Columbia State University or was it the country of Colombia?
Yeah. He got that part right, but I thought afterward I should have asked him where Colombia was, what continent Colombia was. I won't do that. We've already done enough now with Europe. He's like going, please don't ask me where Colombia is.
So Portugal. Do you know what language they speak in Portugal?
Oh no! Yeah, do you know what language they speak in Portugal?
They speak Spanish, don't they? They speak Mexican.
Portuguese.
That's correct.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding.
That's right.
All right.
And now, the applause section.
Yeah.
Golf clap.
Hey, do you have a wah, 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 wah? We need that, too, because we'll be using that way more often than that.
Okay. So, Dan, what did you bring to us?
Yeah, Dan, I forgot what we were talking about.
Without getting made fun of. But hey, it's whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but go ahead.
Yeah, you're not done yet, partner.
Oh boy. Well, so what they're trying to do in Portugal is to promote safety at traffic lights. What they're going to do
Pass
is
out condoms.
really we had to just go there.
Just a question.
The only thing I regret about that is I didn't ask that.
Go ahead, sir. I'm
Oh
sorry.
boy!
No more.
Wow. Okay.
Wow!
Moving from one thing to another. All right.
No more subject interruptus.
Yes. So what they're trying to do, obviously, is promote safety, and they're going to. They have they have traffic lights that dance, literally dance. They have people go into another room or something and start dancing randomly, and then they transmit that to an actual traffic light, and it's done by the company that did the original smart car. So you'll have people.
You mean the smart car, the one that gets
Yes.
crushed into like 5 inches
Sardine
wide?
Yes.
can.
And you have hopefully you stood up while the crushing was taking place.
Yes,
cars-
that same car
those
company.
guys came up very smart.
Smart car stands for sardines must actually reside there. Because no one else can
Did
fit
you
it.
make that up?
I just did, off the top of my head.
Did you make that up?
I did.
That's ridiculous. This is what to aspire to, Dan. I aspire to that too, by the way. That was pretty darn good.
So it's just, folks, just so you know, it's not like the traffic light itself is bouncing around. It's that the little visual aid on the traffic, the crossing,
crossing guy.
screen. Yeah, you here in the United States, we're boring. So we've got a white guy, by the way, talking about racism, which we weren't. A white guy, right, kind of looking like he's walking. Or we have a red hand, which I'm not sure if that's going to upset the Redskins fans. So
Not the Redskin fans, the Redskin critics, dude.
The critics, yes.
The Redskin critics, yeah.
So
absolutely.
we've got
And by
the
way,
red hand or the white guy.
I do want to mention that Dan has a link so you can understand this, because when he told me this, I, like you, actually thought that these were dancing,
Sure.
posts, going on there. I thought, man, that's pretty awesome.
Right.
But what they did was pretty awesome too, to describe what they actually does and describe how they make it. Kind of go.
Well, he already did that part. They go into
I
a
don't
room.
know.
They go to a room. People go into a room, dance, and then their dancing gets transmitted to an actual traffic light, and the red guy dances. And
it's
then-
cool looking.
It is cool. It really is cool, and I think it's a good idea.
So
I think it's
people don't cross. They're too busy looking at this thing, going, "Oh, look at that! That's fun." Right?
Yeah.
So they don't walk out in the middle of the road. What if they're not paying attention though, and they're so like immersed in what they're watching that they accidentally maybe, I don't know, back up or into the street, get hit by a bus? What then? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if you saw somebody getting really excited about the dancing and they started dancing and then they danced like right into the street? What would you do?
I would try and go grab them and be like, "What are you doing?"
No,
You put yourself at risk.
You would not do that. You would do what I would do, which is stay the heck out of their way and just kind of watch with morbid curiosity.
Or what I would do, which is pull out my cell phone and start videotaping it for fun later.
yeah, now you're
Exactly.
talking about
But
that.
so these people just in Portugal, they're so fun down there, I guess, that even their traffic lights, even waiting to cross
Waiting
the
is
street
fun.
is more fun in Portugal.
What was that statistic they said at the end? How many more people are waiting as a result?
I think 80%,
86.
86.
Yeah.
I was close.
So are you telling me?
Close.
Are you telling me that on any given day?
No, 89%. 89%.
Are you telling me that on any given day, 89% of Portuguese people are just not stopping at red lights when they're supposed to? The pedestrians are just walking across and getting hit.
That's
I mean,
the problem.
What in the heck am I supposed to?
You know what Mark Twain said about statistics,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Lies,
there's-
damnable lies, and
And
statistics.
statistics. So I mean, it makes no sense
I
to
have
me.
no idea. What are you talking about?
But here's what I take from this: the Portuguese Tourism Board should be using this as a way to say, "Look, come to Portugal. Even waiting for the traffic lights are fun. Imagine what the rest of the country is like. We are the most fun in the world. Clearly, we must be, because even waiting at a red light is fun. You'll dance. You'll have a great time. You'll throw out a hip or something.
Throw a hip. There you go. Very, very good. You know what? You've actually done a pretty good job of finding stories.
So where do you find this one? What's the link?
How did you find this?
Well, I love this website called Mashable.com.
Yeah, most of the stories are from
Mashable.
Mashable, I notice.
They have a great selection of hard news. They have a great selection.
Yeah, this is real hard news.
Yeah, it is. It's hard.
And soft stuff like
It's
this.
breaking, especially if you're break
dancing. Oh. The electric boogaloo.
You had to go there?
I had to
He
go
did.
there. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
boy. And he went there.
He did. So, Dan, here's
My
the question.
desperate quest for cheap laughs. I'm such a sad human being.
Where do people go to find out more information about how they can obtain their own, I should say, dancing traffic light?
Yeah, that's a good question. He has no idea. That's
Like
a
I
good
said,
question.
the smart car people did it, so I guess...
How about YouTube? Would there be a YouTube
yes,
video
there would
maybe?
be a
Yeah,
YouTube
but
video.
actually, if you go to priceofbusiness.com right now, right this very moment,
Right this very moment?
yeah, there will be a link to that page,
So-
the website with a little explanation by Dan, and maybe a little bit of expression of the emotional trauma you felt when you didn't know where Portugal was.
It's in Africa, let's be honest.
Oh, good dude! Please, you're ruining people out there. People are listening here, and they believe it because it's on the radio. Don't say that.
Portugal, it's right next to Morocco. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's not that far away though. Really, as far as
It's really not.
It's really not. No, it's actually pretty close. But don't be talking about anything unless you know where it actually is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know where you are?
Yes, I know where I am.
Hey, what continent are we on?
We're on the continent of America.
I guess I just didn't have enough coffee
Oh,
this
boy.
morning.
We're on the continent of the United States of America. Canada is America's hat. I will have you know that.
Yeah, like an annex.
And Mexico is America's toilet.
Oh my God, he said that. That was Sigmund Kramer, not Kevin Price, by the way.
I don't
Dan-
really think that.
Yeah.
I don't really think
No,
that.
we don't think that. We don't. No.
No.
Although we might act that way. I mean, not us, but
Americans in general.
Yeah, we can act that way. But no, absolutely. And we are a nation of immigrants, and I want all of those who are ready to make a positive impact, which is why we have to have good laws to make sure that is the kind of people we attract.
We want them to come on in.
regardless
and-
where they come from.
That's right. We want them to come on in and to be constructive members of society, right?
Exactly.
Contributing members of society.
And people who know where Portugal is.
Like, for
That's what
instance-
I want. I want people who know where Portugal
For
is.
instance, I bet you the people who came up with this dancing traffic light were immigrants.
Wait a minute. Now, where's the smart car made? No, who knows? I have no idea.
How could you ask that question without knowing the answer first?
Ooh, good point. I've just been slam dunked by the man. By the way, I attributed that great comment you made about smart cars over at Facebook to you. That was awesome. Very clever. Great job, Dan.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Price. More for you right after this on The Price of Business. Actually, more for you tomorrow right here on The Price of Business.
Oh, wait a second. You mean...
Yeah, this is the last segment. Yeah, this is what you call the comedy of errors.
Good one, Dan.
Today's
Good one.
program brought to you in part by it was RocketScientist.com and CornerstoneBusinessAcademy.com. Have a great day. Spend it right here on this station.
Good one, Dan.